Welcome to SacTown Underground. I'm your host, Tiffany G.
And I'm your host, Celestial Thomas. And don't we have a wonderful show lined up for you guys today?
We've got an incredible lineup this evening. We have Mighty Kong Muffins in studio with us today. We've got the Capitol Beer Fest. Celestial, what else do we have?
We have things going on such as our Fashion on Film that we need to highlight going on in Sacramento. Keith Jouganatos covering sports today, and also finishing up with Levi Moses, our musical guest.
Fabulous show. Stay tuned. We've got lots of entertainment for you.
So you don't miss a beat. We're going to start off the show by going over our community calendar powered by Sacramento 365. Ready for something delicious and healthy? You're in luck. We have Mighty Kong Muffins here in studio.
SacTown Underground audience, I'd love for you to meet our in-house guest today. This is Lance giving us a healthy alternative for muffins. He is the owner, CEO of Mighty Kong Muffins. Lance, tell us about your muffins and what separates you from everybody else.
The thing that makes us different than any other muffin is that we're the only muffin that I'm aware of that uses no flour at all. Just all oat bran and wheat bran is our base, and different fruit and nut combinations. Keeps it really healthy, low calorie, and very filling.
What brought you into the muffin business? Why did you get involved in this in the first place?
My father started making the muffins actually back in the 60s,
okay.
1960s. I think in 1968 when he developed the recipe, and he kind of tweaked it all since 1968, and basically fed all my friends and all my schoolmates and everything throughout school, and all his coworkers. And then he was working for the state of California, and he was retiring, and his friends just kept saying, "Hey, you have to market these muffins. They're really good. They're really great.
Good, huh?
They're good for you." So they wanted more. So my father created the business in 2001.
Sounds like your father was a man ahead of his time. And so if you have people that have some allergies to flour, different things, this is a perfect alternative, it sounds like.
This is a great alternative. It's real easy to get to, too, since they're individually wrapped. It's just grab-and-go snack.
Perfect for the lunchbox for the kids, huh?
Great for the kids.
Great for the parents with a cup of coffee or a hot tea in the morning to get you going.
That's right.
So as we're taking a look at this, how can people get your muffins? Where do they go to get your muffins? You have these fabulous boxes, so this tells me I can order them by the dozen, is that right?
You can order them by the dozen or 2 dozen. Even get them in 6-packs delivered to you. We deliver them overnight.
Okay.
And you just go to mightykongmuffins.com.
Did you hear that, guys? mightykongmuffins.com.
That's right. Or Mighty Kong Muffins on our Facebook. We also are on Amazon.
All right.
And we're available locally in Sacramento at one store, at Curtis Park Market on the corner of 2nd Avenue and 24th Street.
So if you don't have time to wait, if you need to get them today, they can go to
Curtis Park Market.
So if you're wanting a healthy alternative, this is it. If you want fruit, if you want chocolate, if you want to live strong, be strong, eat the Mighty Kong Muffins. You're the one with the muscles, not me.
Yeah.
Mighty Kong Muffins.
Mighty Kong.
Lance, we thank you for being in-house with us today and for being our guest and for making a product that is safe for many people to eat, healthy for kids, healthy for adults. It's a pleasure that you're doing this, and we thank you for being part of our community and for sharing your gift and your father's gift with Mighty Kong Muffins to us and all of our SacTown Underground viewers.
All right, guys, we have a wonderful in-house guest covering the Capitol Beer Fest going on in Sacramento. Take it away, Tiffany.
All right, SacTown Underground family, we have a very good friend to the show, Randy with Capitol Beer Fest. Randy, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me today. I'm excited to be here.
We are excited to have you. Tell us a little bit about Capital Beer Fest and how this started. And folks, pay attention. This is a beautiful event.
Yes, so Capital Beer Fest was established back in 2000, well, 8 years ago. It's our 8th annual. So 2010 was the first year we did it.
Okay.
And it was an event that was that brought at the tail end of the Sacramento Beer Week.
All right.
And so the folks at Sacramento Beer Week came to us. I say Running for Rhett is the nonprofit that puts on the Capital Beer Fest. And so they came to us and said, we need to put on this big event and we need a ton of volunteers. And we know that your organization can produce a ton of volunteers. Wow. And so they said, let's put it on. And so the first year they did it out at Cal Expo, and a couple of thousand people showed up, and it was a great fundraiser for us. And so year 2 and year 3, we gradually moved it down into the Sacramento, into the Midtown area. And so now we've held it in the Capitol Mall area.
Nice.
For the past few years. It's a really big event. It's Northern California's largest beer fest.
So about how many people do you expect will come out at this festival?
Well, there's 125 brewers, 22 food trucks.
125 brewers, guys.
From all over America, the best ones around. And then we have 22 food trucks and 2 live bands, some DJs, local music that's played, that's showing there. Last year we sold out the event. It was 7,200 wow. people that attended the event, and so this year we're going to keep the ticket sales at the same level, but we opened up a little more space. It's held down on Capitol Mall between 3rd and 7th Street.
Okay.
And we just basically take that entire area over. In the past, it's been held on a Sunday,
okay.
and this year we're moving it to a Saturday, and that seems to be very popular.
It's going to be a big party downtown. This is going to be fabulous.
Absolutely, yeah. It's
wow.
going to be well attended. We know it's going to sell out, and so the ticket sales are already trending about 100% over last year. And so
wow.
last year we sold out 3 or 4 days before the event, and so this year we expect the event to sell out even before that.
So how soon should people try to get their tickets? Should they be trying to get tickets right now if they're planning to get in there?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And so they can go to capitalbeerfest.com and get their tickets right now, or we're selling them at 3 local establishments around Sacramento, at Der Beer Garden down on K Street, at the Old Town Pizza in Elk Grove, and then there's another brewery in Elk Grove called Dreaming Dog Brewery that's selling them if you want to walk in and just get one.
Nice. And so tell us about your nonprofit that is putting this event on. Tell us about that.
Well, I think that's what people become engaged with the event. It's put on by a 100% volunteer organization, and so I mean the Running for Rhett organization was established in memory of my son Rhett, who passed away back in 2004, and my wife used running to get through the grief of losing Rhett, and so she ran in a half marathon on the 1-year anniversary of when Rhett passed away. And when she crossed the finish line, she ran up to me and she said, we all have to run. We have to run for Rhett. And so that's when I became a runner, and thousands of others started following us and run for Rhett as well. And so what our organization of runners and has turned into is a real passionate group of volunteers.
That's a beautiful thing.
It's a good thing. And so now we raise money through events like the Capital Beer Fest.
Okay.
And we and with the money that we raise, we fund an after-school youth fitness program.
Wow.
And so we've actually turned in our after-school youth fitness program into the largest Northern California after-school fitness program. And so to date, we've put 23,000 kids from 500 schools all through our program. It's a 7-week program that they go through, and
that's
it's just
incredible.
It's crazy. And so what we love is we love to see the young people, the 25, 35, 45-year-old people that come out and support us through an event like the Capital Beer Fest. And
thank you for calling us young people, 35,
absolutely.
45. Thank you.
Absolutely. And it's great to see that. And so they come out and they come to the event. They know that their money's going to a great cause that's staying here local.
Beautiful. You don't want to miss this. You better get your tickets now if you plan on participating in this event. Randy, we thank you for being here,
Thanks for having us.
sharing about your son, for sharing about this event that you're putting on. We're happy to have you as a member in the community. To you and your wife, you're helping all of us grow, and we just thank you for that.
No, thanks
Appreciate
for having
your
us,
time
and
today.
yeah, come out and see us at the Capital Beer Fest.
And do you have a website or anything that they can go to
Yeah.
find out about what's
Absolutely.
going on
Well, we're very active on our Facebook page, Capital Beer Fest Facebook page, as well as capitalbeerfest.com. You can go there and purchase your ticket right now.
Hurry up, don't wait. Randy, thank you so very much.
Thanks for having us.
Back to you. Keith has a very controversial topic he'll be sharing with us today. Keith, take it away.
Thank you, Tiffany and Celeste, and hello to you in a happy month of February, and hopefully a happy month of March, and many more to come. I'm Keith Jouganatos with your sports section. As the NBA deadline goes to halftime on this 2018-2019 NBA season, there's many headlines that we could talk about. The Golden State Warriors, obviously the best team in the league. LeBron James and the newly reinvented Cleveland Cavaliers are set to dethrone them, hopefully, come this year's NBA Finals. But of course, there's always that one person, that one story that just will not go away. LeVar Ball ain't going away. You all know LeVar Ball, and that's the crazy thing about LeVar Ball. Everyone knows LeVar Ball, because in the beginning there was LeVar Ball, and there were the 10 LeVar Ball commandments. For the LeVar Ball and by the LeVar Ball. 407 LeVar Ball years ago, our founding fathers brought forth a new LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball saw the LeVar Ball, and he broke the LeVar Ball bonds that divide the LeVar Balls. LeVar Ball, LeVar Ball, LeVar Ball. All of it's just a little too much. Sometimes it'll make you go crazy. Some of it just wants you to pull your hair out. It was only a year ago that LeVar Ball came onto the scene as Lonzo's dad, the father of 3 basketball prodigies in the Chino Hills, California region. But now, a year later, LeVar Ball is as old as that carton of milk that you can't get out of your refrigerator no matter what you try. Now, LeVar Ball isn't trying to fight President Donald Trump. He isn't trying to provide his big baller brand sneakers that'll cost you a whopping $495 before tax. Now LeVar Ball is making threats about the Los Angeles Lakers organization. He was quoted last week as saying, quote, "I want all 3 boys to play for the Lakers. But if that doesn't happen, I'll tell you what's going to happen first. If they don't take Jello this year, I'll bring him back to Lithuania to play with Melo for 2 years. Lonzo will be on his 3rd year. And I'll let every NBA team know Lonzo isn't going to re-sign with the Lakers, but will go to any team that will take all of my boys. That's my plan." Would hate to get that interrupted now, would we? It's half and half of LeVar Ball. You're either with him or you're not. You're either on the West or you're on the East. Good or bad, you either like him or you don't. And that's the crazy part. Because no one talks about the fact that minority parents are brought up with this stereotype that they leave their kids and they're not in their lives. I'm sure there are a lot of inner city kids right now across the United States of America that no doubt would love to have a LeVar Ball as a dad in their life. On the other side, when is loving your children too much? When does it become just too much to handle? And when do you let your kids fly on their own? LeVar Ball obviously hasn't got that message yet. He tells people how Luke Walton isn't the right head coach for the Lakers. He continuously goes against Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka's orders and continues to trash the organization that his son works for. And at what point does Lonzo Ball put his foot down and tell his father that it's time for him to stay in his place and him to stay in his? At what point does this all become a media circus too much, to the point where LeVar Ball is still trying to get us to want to pay attention to him? This coming from a man who averaged 2 points in his college career. But that's the great thing about LeVar Ball. He's the greatest thing to happen to the NBA in the 21st century. I always knew growing up around basketball that there would be that one AAU parent. You all know that one AAU parent at all the tournaments. Thinks his kid is going to go pro, except LeVar Ball's did. Thinks his kid is the best, and LeVar Ball does. Thinks that no one is responsible for checking the well-being of his sons like he can. Sure, LeVar Ball comes out of a place of love. But at what point, when is too much love enough? When do the madness and everything that comes with LeVar Ball end? And that's the great part. It might never. His son's better than Steph Curry. If his son was on the Warriors last year, they would have gone 82-0. If LeVar Ball's son was locked in a room with Albert Einstein for 3 or 4 days, they would cure the common cold. And if LeVar Ball was able to read and write a book, he would be the Nobel Peace Prize winner. Unfortunately, we don't live in LeVar Ball's world. That's the problem, because LeVar Ball thinks we're all on his time, and we are not. Sir, you are the parent of an NBA basketball player. You are no different than anybody else as far as parents go in the NBA. The sooner you find that out, the better. And if you don't, then we'll be sitting here again 10 years from now with a new 30 for 30 ESPN documentary about those ball boys. LeVar Ball, like I said, comes from a place of love. But sooner than later, he has to realize that if he doesn't get a hold on himself, he will ruin LiAngelo, LaMelo, and Lonzo's NBA careers. And if he doesn't, well, more quotes for us. And that's going to be the sports section today. I'm Keith Jouganatos. Back to you, Tiffany and Celeste.
I'm a little jealous of our in-house guest today that Tiffany gets to interview, Mel Martin from FitLuvStrong. Want to know how to get healthy? Tune in. Take it away, Tiffany.
SacTown Underground, we have our very own Mr. Mel Martin with
FitLuvStrong.
FitLuvStrong, folks. We told you that this was going to be the episode to help get you and keep you in shape. One thing when I was talking with you that I was very interested in is the fact that you're really trying to get people to see that if they set obtainable goals, they might be able to get off of health medications, all kinds of different things. On top of loving themselves, they'll really learn how to love themselves.
Absolutely. You know, I've been doing this for well over 3 decades now, and at 53, I started kind of, well, prior to being 53, over the last few years, I started seeing a trend. And when shortly before I turned 40, I had a really bad bout with some acid reflux. Lifestyle was really stressful, you know, just a couple of young kids, you know, young in the marriage and the whole thing, and stress levels started to change. Eating habits didn't change. As an emotional eater from anxiety, I eat my emotions, right? So even though I worked out real hard and entering my 40s, I was no longer that young, strong bodybuilder when I was in my 20s and 30s.
Sure.
Yeah, and complete denial, right? Like, no way, this isn't happening to me, right? So when I had the episode, it was like, what is going on here with me? You know, and then the doctor said, hey, you've got to cut out the chocolate and the tomato sauce and I mean, all the fun foods.
Everything
right?
you like to eat.
Exactly. So I had to really kind of take a step back and take inventory of what am I doing and why is this occurring to me? So, you know, it was some warning signs. And then as the years went by, I decided to take a holistic approach because I didn't want to be on serious acid reflux medication anymore.
Sure. Long-term
you know, so I was
effects
thinking,
are
how
not
can I
good.
make this change? So in developing the FitLuvStrong over the last couple of years, I just thought, you know what, I'm done with the whole personal fitness training thing because that's, you know, there's nothing really proprietary. A push-up is a push-up, a sit-up is a sit-up, a crunch is a crunch. Anything outside of that is effective based on what stimulates you, what your age group is, you know, if you really need that. But the basics work.
Sure.
Right?
Some things don't change.
Some things don't work. The same basic nutrition principles work.
Right.
So just find something that works for you. All right. So I thought, okay, well, let's go a little bit deeper. The fact that there's no guarantee to a healthy future and there's only your healthy present, what can you do now to kind of launch yourself into that? Because most people think if I do this, then I can become that.
Right.
No, you're already there now. And you hear it a lot in motivational circles. You're more than good enough. Check, yeah, absolutely. Everything you need to succeed is within you now. Check, yes. Again, not a proprietary thought process, right? It's just, you know, we can look back all the way to, you know, all the books, Dale Carnegie, you know, all those books back then, they're still prevalent now. Where do you think Tony Robbins came from?
That's right.
Right? All that kind of stuff. So, you know, I started kind of thinking, well, let me look at this a little bit differently. And I'm very fortunate to have a lot of colleagues from all around the world, and I've been a 2-time speaker at the online super coaching conference in New York, where a couple hundred coaches from around the world come, and we talk about how to transition from brick and mortar trading hours for dollars coaching and training into being an online coach. There's a big difference between the two, because you have to understand the preface that whose pain do you want to heal? Right? We don't have the luxury of us sitting in front of each other, you know, not only the dialogue, but the touch and the instruction and all that stuff. So we have to be very specific in our messaging. We have to be very specific in how we articulate things, you know. So anyway, yeah.
So if you're looking at somebody like me, I'm 46 years old, and I'm telling you, you know what? I have a couple of health issues. I have some medication I'm on. I would like to get off. They're all based on my health. If I make changes, this can happen. What do you do with somebody like me? How do you help somebody in that situation?
The important thing is that you meet yourself where you're at.
Okay.
First and foremost, meet yourself at your current fitness level. Meet yourself at your current emotional and mental fitness level as well. And then there's going to be the ideal thing that you really want. There's 2 types of goals, I believe there are. There's a short-term and immediate one that's pretty attainable right away. And that's based on how effective the action steps are right when you begin. And then there's a lofty one that almost seems ridiculous. That's so far out there that you would have to have a mixture of a lot of courage and gumption and just say, you know what, I can do that. It's so ridiculous that why not? What if I actually did do it?
Right.
What would that feel like, right? So based on those 2 goal points, you reverse engineer it.
So it sounds like starting off with tell yourself the truth,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
That's where you are. Start with telling yourself the truth.
when did you ever solve anything where you weren't honest with yourself?
Absolutely.
Right?
I agree, yes.
You know, I mean, as you change in adulthood, 20s, right? Maybe you went to college and you graduated. I personally went through Sac City College, went to UC Davis. I was already a fitness entrepreneur by then in 1995, and I walked out of the library, looked around the quad, and I thought, I don't belong here.
Okay.
I'm taking up somebody's space here. Someone who's more dedicated, someone who's more diligent at this.
Sure.
And my heart belonged to being an entrepreneur. So I dropped out of college.
Okay.
But I committed to being the best fitness entrepreneur I could possibly be. That's where my passion was. And I believe that's where my real education started.
So what's your recommendation with somebody, when we talk about exercise and we talk about being fit, what types of exercises should we be looking at doing on a day-to-day basis? About how many minutes a day? And what are just some really beginning things that you would tell somebody just starting out?
No matter what your fitness level is, there's always a starting point. I've worked with everyone from post-cancer patients, post-gastric bypass to major league ball players, and they all have a starting point. Keep it super simple.
Okay.
Okay, if you are at a ground zero, how can you walk?
Exactly.
Right? If you are already an intermediate person who works out a lot, where are you stagnant in your program? If you are a professional athlete, what's the weakness in your game? There's always some way to find a starting point.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
If people want to meet with you, if people want to hear how you can help them balancing their life, getting off of medications, learning to love who they are from the inside out, how do people find you? How do they get a hold of you?
You can find me on Facebook under Mel Martin. You can find me on Instagram under FitLuvStrong, and that love is spelled L-U-V.
Okay.
Okay, and you could just direct email me at mel@fitluvstrong.com.
All right.
Yeah, so
Mel,
very easy to find.
Thank you for giving
you.
us some insight, but for giving us the opportunity even more to get to know you and be able to find you and how we can come together in ourselves and love who we are.
Absolutely, I appreciate being here. Thank you so much.
SacTown Underground, it's all about you. Thank you, Mel. We are so appreciative of you being here today.
Likewise.
We had a fabulous time at the Hair Fashion Explosion. Wasn't it awesome, Celestial?
Amazing time. Oh my gosh. Beautiful models, amazing fashion designers. What did you like about it, Tiffany?
I enjoyed all of it. I love the comedian. Let's let you make a choice for yourself. What's your favorite? Take a look. And today I am here with the lovely
Levi Godfrey, man. What's happening from Oakland, California?
Did you get that, Levon?
Godfrey.
All right now. And Levon is our MC tonight for the Hair and Fashion Show, getting ready to keep it real here in SacTown Underground. What do we have on the menu?
We got a lot of beautiful ladies on the menu, and I'm telling you, when they get through walking that runway, I want the men to make sure their wallets is tight, because money gonna be falling on the floor, man. These ladies are so beautiful today. I'm just happy to be here, and I'm just happy to be hosting and bringing my energy to Sac, man, all the way from Oakland.
This is Celestial Thomas here with Tijay. And what are you doing here today at the 2018 Hair and Fashion Explosion?
Well, today, I'm actually here for modeling myself and actually a runway coach today.
He was doing a great job modeling or teaching and directing all of these young ladies. They look so beautiful. How are they doing?
They're actually pretty good. Some with experience and some without. They're still doing pretty well today.
What's your experience in the film industry?
This is now my 14th year as a designer itself. Royalty fashion is my line. And on the runway from New York, I've been here from New York now almost 8 years, so being in and out of fashion my entire life.
Is it much different out here in Sacramento than that?
No shade, I love California, but different completely.
And so, what do you expect to do out here? What do you?
Out here in California right now, I'm just getting my brand out mainly, pretty much showing who I am, showcasing who I am as a designer as far as gowns, personal gowns and things of that nature. But other than that, I'm just out here just showing Sacramento what a New York designer is.
So who do you feel like you draw from? Who's like your inspiration?
I am a huge fan of Izzy Miyake right now. He is
Izzy Miyake?
Izzy Miyake
Izzy
is
Miyake.
absolutely amazing. And a local designer, Richard Hallmark, who is a real good friend of mine, but his designs are super, super hot.
Do you have a studio out here or
I
anything?
do not as of yet, but look for me in the middle of July. I'll be doing a humongous show as well as opening my show.
Well, how can people connect with you? How can they find you?
Facebook.com, you can find me at Tajay Dupree Davis at Facebook.com or RoyaltyFashion.com.
And how do you spell that, love?
That is TAJAYDUPREE, one word, last name Davis.
Okay. Well, good luck to you today. You're doing a really great job. And thank you. And back to you. Thank you. And as you guys know, we always like to end our show with a musical guest. Tonight, we have R&B singer Levi Moses. Give him a listen.
Y'all go cop that Moan project out right now. I'm on one. Oh yeah. Listen. Cause you can't drive, well frankly neither can I. We been drinking way too much, ain't tryna catch a DUI. So send an Uber, send an Uber. It's 11, download that app, get ready. You can't use cash, just debit. I really wanna get ya, send an Uber over here. You don't have to wait, all this video chatting make me feel some type of way. Hey, send an Uber, send an Uber. Bye. Verse 2. Text me the Eddie girl so I can navigate. You better have no pennies on commando. Check my phone just now. The Uber said it's 5 minutes away. Hope you do that little thing I like that's below my waist. Hope the Hennessy and condom. We finna get it started. You gon' get it, girl, in the worst way. It's cheaper than a taxi, ooh, ooh, and you save a little money too. Ooh. Hey, I need you to send an Uber. Hey, send an Uber. Ooh, just send it, hey. Send a Uber. Send a Uber. You'll go cop that Moan projects out now.
Yeah.